Good afternoon, everyone. It is time for our Market Monday. We're going to be looking at the real estate market for the Charlotte and Gaston County area. Just to give you an update on what the market is looking like and what the numbers are, but also just to talk about how you can be prepared to buy or sell in this market. So let's jump right in. Before we get to the numbers, I want to talk for a moment about getting ready. This is a question I get a lot when people call and they're ready to buy a house and they don't know exactly how to start or where to begin or what their first step should be. So one of the very first steps you need to take if you're going to buy a home is you need to get a pre-approval from a lender, from a bank or a private lending company that you want to use. A real estate agent can help you find a good lender based on your situation, based on your needs. I work with several really great lenders, but a mortgage pre-approval is super important. And there's 3 reasons that you need to be aware of on why this is such an important part of buying a home. So the first thing is, it's obvious, it should be, is that it's really the only way to discover how much you can actually afford on a house. So this is very important because when you start shopping, especially in a market like this where homes are limited, and they move fast, you need to know what you're shopping for. You need to know what it is you can buy, what it is you can afford, what it is the bank is willing to help you purchase or help you finance, I should say. So, yeah, get that pre-approval, number 1, because basically it lets you know how much you can afford while shopping for a house. The second reason it's important, and especially in this market, is it shows your sellers that you are a serious buyer. It lets them know you've already done your homework. You've already talked to the bank. You already know what you can afford. You already know what you can shop for. And when you, especially in this market, when you write an offer, sellers are vetting those offers. They're vetting them to find out what kind of financing you're going to be using, how long it's going to take you to close, any special request you're making, but also your financing. What kind of financing are you bringing to the table? Is it a conventional loan? Is it a USDA loan? Is it a FHA loan? Is it a VA? All those things are factors because the sellers, they have different things they're looking for, different timelines, different kinds of situations. They might prefer one kind of financing over another kind of financing. So that's why it's important, because when you send your offer in, you need to have that pre-approval with the offer to show the seller you've done your homework, you can afford the house, and that you're using a financing or a loan program that you feel like is going to be good for both of you, good for the seller and good for the buyer. Third reason why it's important to do this is because it gives you an advantage in a bidding war, okay? This is kind of tied to number 2. Again, you're probably going to encounter some form of a bidding war in this market. If you come to the table with your pre-approval, you already have those numbers in hand. You already are showing what you are approved for, and there's strategies in this, right? Like, if you're approved for a really high, a much higher amount than even what you're offering on, you might want to disclose that because it might let the seller see that you are a very qualified buyer, that you could actually afford more house than what you're trying to purchase. On the other hand, there are situations where you might not want to play that full hand and show them exactly the max that you're approved for, but you still want to let them know based on these pre-approvals that you have the numbers and that you have a bank saying they are ready to move forward in helping you complete the process to get the financing to purchase the home that you're looking at. So get that pre-approval. When you talk to me or any other agent for the first time, that's the advice I'm going to give you. That's the advice you should be given. Right now in this market, one of the very first things you need to do is get that pre-approval. All right, let's look at the numbers this week. Numbers are still looking strong. The market is still super hot. New listings in Gaston County, 60. Now, this is an increase. We are seeing a few more houses hit the market. This is up 14 houses from last week. So we're seeing more houses hit the market. Average days on market is also getting a little bit longer, 18 days in Gaston County. Home prices, though, still going up. Average home price, $303,379. That is up almost 40,000, around 38,000 from last week. Those are our numbers for Gaston County. Charlotte County, the city of Charlotte, also looking good. Strong market. Lots of homes moved this week. 171 closings this week. New listings this week. There were actually 237 closings. And I've got that on my mind because I thought, wow, that compared to what closes in Gaston County, it's about 5 times that amount in Charlotte. New listings, 171. That is up 32 in the Charlotte area from last week. Average days on market, 9. That's actually pretty steady for the Charlotte area, for the city of Charlotte. Depending on the week and what kind of things are moving through the market in that week, it's still less than 10 days typically. Average home price staying steady in Charlotte, not too much of an increase. $532,372. I'm going to throw my information on the screen here for you guys. If you're interested in contacting me, I'd be happy to help you. If you are in that stage where we begin this market report by talking about the importance of a pre-approval letter, if you're in the stage of needing to get a pre-approval letter and you don't know where to begin, just contact me, shoot me a message, call me, comment on this post, whatever it is you feel comfortable doing, and I'll put you in contact with a qualified lender, or at least talk to you about some lenders you could look at using. But here's my contact information. Please feel free to reach out. No obligation. I'd love to just spend some time with you, let you know about the market. I would be happy to share that information with you more in depth than what we do here. Also, the process of what it takes to buy a house. It is still a great time to buy. Interest rates are still low. Things are still looking good. Houses are hitting the market at a little bit more rapid rate. It's still not great. It's still a hard market, but there are ways for you to win as a buyer. Hope you've enjoyed this market report. You guys have a great week. Much love.